Something about the name Jesus. Something about the name Jesus. It is the sweetest name I know. Oh, how I love the name Jesus. Oh, how I love the name Jesus. It is the sweetest name I know. Some people say I'm crazy, but yeah, I can't explain. Hey, the joy that I feel, yeah, when I call His name, yeah. Said it's just like power, shut up in my bones, yeah. There's something about the Holy Ghost, Pastor. It just won't leave me alone. Something about that name. Something about the name Jesus. Something about the name Jesus. It is the sweetest name. Oh, I know. Oh, how I love the name Jesus. Oh, how I love the name Jesus. It is the sweetest name I know. I know. I know. It is the sweetest name I know.
What's up, family? This your girl, Dr. Yo. I'm so excited because Break Free Release is expanding. We have another entity called Uniqueness in You Broadcasting Mentorship Class. I know you're probably saying, what is uniqueness in you? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is designed for you. If you want to be your own radio and TV personality, this is the class that you want to attend. We offer personality training. There is mock interview training. Oh, it's so much that we have to offer, but you need to be in the place. Listen, for further information, you can visit the website or you can call our office number. Listen, there is uniqueness in you. I want to see you there. You are unique. And today on Break Free TV, I will be talking to Linton Wings, Richard Hollis, and Pastor James Ross about the one thing outside of God that makes the world go around. Music and its importance in the world and the church. I am overly excited about today's show, so I want you to sit back, relax, and get ready to break free. Oh my goodness. My guest is Linton Wings. My brother is in the building on today. For those who don't know you and to reintroduce yourself to those who do, Linton Wings, tell us a little bit about yourself.
First of all, hello, lady.
Hello,
good to see
hello.
you. It's a blessing to be here with you. Of course, I started in church, like a lot of musicians started about 8 years old, playing the piano and playing the drums and participating in choirs and things like that. Then went through my years of rebellion, if you want to say.
Oh.
Got out there and did my thing and learned some R&B songs, as they would say.
Wow.
But had a wonderful experience just learning about music, learning about God, learning about life. It was amazing. God's just taking me to this point here
Wow.
where we're with you right now.
Wow. So you come from a musical background? I mean, you know, in your family?
Absolutely.
Background?
My father was in band, is an orchestra teacher now / pastor.
Wow.
And so, and then my mother and her family, my grandfather sang, my aunts and uncles sang,
Wow.
all my brothers and sisters sang. And so it's been just an awesome experience being a part of that musical legacy. It's been powerful.
Well, I know I'm seeing that you come, you know, because I've read read about you, but not only have I read about you, I know about you because you personally, we served together at our church. Wow, and God is using you in some amazing ways, you know, because sometimes, I mean, the music, the anointing that's on your life is so powerful. I just want to lay up under the, well, I have laid up under the pew, okay? But what are some things, you know, with your family, you know, and even your background in history of music that has influenced you to continue your pursuit of music?
What's maybe continue to pursue is, and I don't want it to sound cliche, but it's God.
Wow.
Honestly, it's been God. Now, early on, when I was 17 years old, I went into my room.
Wow.
I grew up watching musicians, listening to music, influenced by some of the greatest, you know, Kevin Bond, the Hawkins,
Wow.
Tom's Community Choir,
Wow.
Tommy's. I grew up listening to stuff. Also, you know, your Michael Jacksons and your Prince.
Come on now, just be transparent.
Jeffrey Osborne and all
Hello.
of that. You know,
What about
I grew up
Eyes?
Biggie and the Eyes. Oh, you the Eyes. And then later on, you know, your Biggies and your Tupac. You know, we went kind of across different genres from, you know, just tons of different people. Steely Dan. You know, I mean, I've listened to, you know, pretty much the Doobie Brothers. You know, Michael McDonald. You know, I've listened to it all. But when I was 17, I laid down before the Lord and I said, I went in my room, laid out on the floor, face down, and said, God, I want you to anoint me for your service. Anoint what I play, anoint what I do. You know, and it hasn't always been just this rosy, the Lord anoints me.
Come
and I
on
got
now,
into church.
talk about it.
You know, I got into women, I got into things that just made me feel good because of things that happened in life. I went through some horrible abuse as a child in church, and went through some things that were very dark. That music became my medicine.
Wow.
It became my medicine, and not until later on did I realize that music is actually. I knew it was always ministry, but it wasn't always active. So at first it was my medicine, and it kind of kept me from getting into drugs and to some other things that I really could have gotten into, but it became my medicine. Then after that, I started realizing how important ministry was, and how important that I wanted it to be able to create an atmosphere where people could be blessed, people could be loved by God, people could be set free. And the Bible says, for the spirit of heaven is put on the garment of praise. I wanted it to be that garment for people to be able to come into the house of God, feel God, and have that great atmosphere. So that's what drives me. You know, that's what drives me. I see someone in a wheelchair in service. I'm going, God, let me play something.
Wow.
That will have this woman jump up out her wheelchair and worship me. You know, that will set somebody free. That's my mindset. You know, and it hasn't always been that, but that's where I've evolved. It's always been the goal, but that hasn't always been where I lived and where I functioned from.
Wow.
So, you know.
That's truly amazing. I've watched God use you in such an amazing way, you know, in the church and to inspire people. I know sometimes we come in heavy and, you know, sometimes people say, oh, music is so seducing and it's an emotional thing and things like that. But I know that music is therapy. Do you feel that you are at a place at a higher standard being gospel now than a secular artist?
I don't think that. I think my relationship is better with God.
Okay.
And it's grown to be in a better relationship with people. Like, I think sometimes we forget that the Bible says Jesus grew in favor with God and man.
Yes.
So sometimes we forget that I got Jesus, I don't need nobody else.
Yeah.
And that is not how God intends for us to operate.
Yeah.
It is about growing in favor with God and favor with man. So saying that is that I do feel like I'm in a better place,
Okay.
and in a better place to be able to really do what God's called me to do.
Wow.
Absolutely. Versus, and this is how I viewed it. And I've listened to all kind of music, done all kind of music, and I don't fault anybody or condemn anybody who does whatever.
Yes.
But for me, what the Lord showed me is that when I did secular music, it was almost like taking the bullets of a gun.
Wow.
And putting it, and then taking the bullets and then
Wow.
putting it in the gun for the enemy to use ammunition against me.
Wow.
And against people. So then I began to say, God, I want to be able to be on the right side of things, to be able to really change and affect people's lives.
Wow.
Not that everybody's doing wrong with secular music.
Yeah,
I believe in inspirational music, secular music. I believe in all kinds of music. But when you get into what actually is going to, I've kind of graduated from a place of I want it to inspire people's lives.
Wow.
I want it to change people's lives
Wow.
and affect people's lives in a positive
Wow.
way. So however God, whatever genre, whatever mode God uses, I'm excited about that. So.
Yeah, and it's good, I know, to be versatile, because sometimes people get stuck like in traditional music. What is your forte on being versatile, even with gospel, when it comes to music, different ways?
Yeah, I believe it's extremely, extremely important because the kingdom of God is made up of all kind of people, from white, black, Hispanic, Asian, and then all kind of age ranges, economic backgrounds. So I believe we're supposed to reach people wherever they are.
Wow.
So it's important that if kids like listening to hip hop, and that's what draws them to God, and that is your particular calling. And man, throw some hip hop on, put a positive message behind it, let them dance, let them, do what they're gonna do, all of that, so that they can be, brought into the kingdom.
Wow.
So I believe in music for everybody.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is so powerful. We're about to take a small commercial break, but stay tuned because I'm about to add another piece to the masterpiece at Break Free TV. Oh my God. Hello, I am Dr. Yo. Have you ever been to the place that you struggle in ministry or you struggle in your personal life or even as a business person to balance between all three or so many things, even being a family person? Wow, God through experience has allowed me to write a book. It is Behind the Mask, the struggle between balancing your personal life and your ministry life. If you want to obtain a copy of this book, you can visit the website or you can call our office number. I guarantee that after reading this book, it will bless your life. You can remove the mask off of your face from everything that you have hidden behind in your struggles to balance. Well, you guys, we are back. We are back with our special guest, Mr. Linton Weems. OMG. Listen. I'm excited about this guest here because that's my brother at the church. That's my friend. All right. So listen, I know we've been talking about the music, the things that are happening in the music industry. Tell us about one lesson that you have learned about yourself since you have been in the music industry. I know it's a lot of lessons, but you always got to have that one aha moment, that lesson that is like, you know what, if I haven't learned any other lesson, this was a teacher. You know, Dr. Yo just want to know.
I would say one lesson I've learned is not to measure myself against anyone else.
Oh, wow.
I think that is a huge lesson because it stifles you and,
Wow.
it keeps you from growing.
Wow.
And so it's best to be yourself and don't measure yourself against actually really what's going on in the industry, any music that's out. If you really listen to I'm talking about from Michael Jackson to from Kirk Franklin to any Ty Tribbett, any of these people, develop your own sound. Be you, and don't allow anyone to stifle your growth by trying to be like anyone else. And so I think that's extremely important because everybody has their unique fingerprint. They have their unique, and I say this all the time. If John P. Key, Ty Tribbett, Kirk Franklin, Michael Jackson, Prince, if they say "I love you" in a song, that's their expression of love in song. If you write a song and you say "I love you," that's your expression.
Wow.
So be comfortable in your own expression.
Wow. That's really amazing because a lot of times we try to measure ourselves, by somebody else's experience or life, and I know that, when you write music and things like that, it may be something that you're experiencing at that time that would inspire you to write music. Has there ever been a time, and I know you produce and write and help and with so many aspects of music, has there ever been a time with you, something special that God has given you that still kind of, you always have, when you produce so many things, but it's always that one that it kind of takes you back to where at this moment God just did this amazing thing in my life. Can you go back to that time that God, maybe you was going through a transition, you know what I'm saying? Transitional period that God gave you this one piece that even though you may write other things now, that one piece still, resonates with you now, that you go back and have a reflection moment.
There's really two.
Wow.
You go through transitions, but there was one, and it simply was a song of adoration to God, and so that was outside of, because sometimes even in especially particularly Black gospel music, sometimes we never ascribe to God. We always say, I need my bills paid. I need that. And all the songs talk about all our needs. It talks about everything that God, I need you to do this, and God, and it talks about all of our, and it's never, I just love you, God.
Wow.
I believe that's the ultimate song when nothing in life is affecting what you say to God, but your love to Him. And I think that's extremely important because that speaks to, God, regardless of what's going on in life. You're not saying regardless of what's going on in life. What you're saying is, God, I love you, and it's regardless of what's going on in life. And the other song is You Are My Peace in Time of Storm, You Are My Shelter when the rain begins to pour.
Wow.
And so that was You Are My, You Help Me Stand Tall, Although I May Fall, You're With Me Through It All.
Wow.
That's another song. And even when I lose my place, You surround me with your grace. So the grace of God, I think we've always used it as, sometimes people use it as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
But the grace message I got is that the Bible says He'll keep you from falling and present you faultless for the present.
Yes.
A lot of times we don't depend on grace to be the enabling ability to be able to keep us from going where we were before. We depend on it as a fallback. And grace is not intended to be a fallback. Grace is intended to empower us to actually overcome. And so if we look at grace from a standpoint of God can empower me to get through this. God can empower me to escape from this. God
Wow.
can give me the power to get through this. And,
Wow.
and instead of, well, I'm going to do this. And Lord going to forgive me. I believe that will empower us now to look at God from the standpoint of, if God is all powerful, the same God that we ask to forgive us
Yes.
is the same God that will keep us from falling.
Wow.
So it's the same power.
Oh, wow.
So why do we only depend on the power of forgiveness, but we don't depend on the power of grace that will keep us from falling?
Wow.
And it doesn't mean that you're perfect. And the Bible says all have sinned and fallen short of the glory.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's super important. But that song that I spoke of was the song of talking about the grace of God. And that's what I needed at that moment, was that grace period to get it right. And so that's, so I didn't say all that, but that's.
I mean, no, you're fine, because a lot of times, people, even when they talk about music, there's a message behind all the music that it's an interpretation behind it. And so therefore, what you were doing is basically interpreting the message behind the music. Because a lot of times we hear things and and you be like, okay, what are they saying? I mean, it's different types of music, but it's always a message. So basically, what message are you conveying to the people who are listening? Oh wow, this is just so amazing. I mean, oh my God, this is, these things are life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you pour and you share your life through your music, like I say, medicine is good for the soul. It can, restore people's lives. It can bring about change to another person's life. And so, I mean, I celebrate you on today, the legacy that you are leaving through your music and producing, to be able to change the world. Because if we're not making an impact in the world, what are we doing? I mean, it's all in vain. So anything that we do, our goal should be is to have a life-changing message. And so I thank you for everything, that you're doing, and that you're contributing not only to the body of Christ, but to the world. Because we have to be able to reach in, and we have to be able to reach out, right? Wow. We're about to take a small commercial break. Stay tuned, because I'm about to add another piece to this masterpiece at Break Free TV.
In life, we experience an abundance of issues, in which calls for guidance and counsel. At Break Free, we're here to help you overcome those obstacles and provide you direction to the path of success. At Break Free Ministries Counseling Program, we offer support in various areas such as marriage and family, grief, career, and many others. You can come out of your maze of confusion. To schedule an appointment, please call our office at 832-263-8759.
Family, this your girl, Dr. Yo. I'm so excited because Break Free Release is expanding. We have another entity called Uniqueness in You Broadcasting Mentorship Class. I know you're probably saying, what is uniqueness in you? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is designed for you. If you want to be your own radio and TV personality, this is this class that you want to attend. We offer personality training. There is mock interview training. Oh, it's so much that we have to offer, but you need to be in the place. Listen, for further information, you can visit the website or you can call our office number. Listen, there is uniqueness in you. I want to see you there. You are unique.
Son of a Pentecostal preacher, Koji. And as you know, the kids end up being the choir,
you know. So, you know, I had my brothers on the instruments, and my sisters were the choir, and just fell in love with music from just seeing the emotion and the atmosphere that it evoked around the church, and began singing in church. Picked up the drums maybe about 5 or 6 years old. Transitioned over a little bit into keyboards, on and off with that. Then about middle school, I found out that, you know, the ladies let me know I kind of had a little voice, and you know, that's kind of where the trouble started.
Wow.
Just you know, transparency, you know.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. We have to be, look, this Break Free TV, we keep it
Yeah.
100 over here.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, don't have your transparent moment. They need to know you're real.
So then began at middle school. I began, you know, most of my siblings are maybe 8 to 10 years older than me. So when I came along middle school, they were already out of the house. So leaving my parents' house, going to spend time with them, I was able to, you know, take in their music,
Wow.
take in the Bobby Browns and the Donny Hathaways and the Sam Cookes and the Isley Brothers and,
Ooh,
you know,
Lord have mercy.
different groups like that, you know, and began to start listening to R&B music, and music began to start coming a part of me. I mean, you know, it's what I shaped my voice, it's what I practiced with.
Wow.
And going into transitioning from middle school to high school, there was this group that came out by the name of Jodeci.
Woo, woo, woo.
And man, one night laying up in my room, I seen those guys on Showtime and Apollo. And man, just to see those guys transition from the church and take everything that they had learned in church
Wow.
and pour it. Now this is before their music got run.
And Jesus, it is the sweetest name I know. Some people say I'm crazy, but yeah, I can't explain. Hey, the joy that I feel, yeah, when I call His name, yeah. Said it's just like power.